House of love and light. Amy, take us to the place where we can be just who we are. And it's alright in the house of love and light. House of love and light. Amy, open up the door to the place where we walk by faith and not by sight. Not by sight. Through the house of love and light. House of love, the house of love and light. The house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. House of love and light. House of love and light.
Welcome home to the house of love and light. Happy Sunday, gorgeous people. Yes, you are. You're amazing. I want to remind you that right out of the gate every Sunday. That's why we have that cool little light thing that happens. You're amazing. Say it with me. I am amazing. Be amazing. You are amazing. Welcome to House of Love and Light. I'm Amy Steinberg. This is my house. It is in Asheville, North Carolina, if you are happening upon this. And I'm so glad that you're here today. It's September 12th. And the month of September is all about contentment. Contentment. Contentment is, being okay with what is. And today, and the book of the month is You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And today, the theme is Flip the Script. And I can't help but think of September 11th, of course, as it's September 12th. And I read a quote this morning that said, if you want to pay honor to September 11th, behave as you did on September 12th. And you might recall how you felt on September 12th, 2001. I mean, everybody felt differently, I felt willingness to change, a willingness to take a good look at my life. And I shifted everything in my life. I ended up going on a spiritual path after that. And willingness is the beautiful, gentle beginning of shifting and flipping the script. Willingness. Don't you love that word, willingness? And Louise Hay talks about willingness as being the key. And so many recovery programs talk about willingness being the key as well. And Louise Hay talks about a willingness to release the need to XYZ, whatever it is. And once we release the need to have, do, or be whatever it is that's holding us back from true contentment, that's when we can have those shifts. And one of the things she says is beautiful. She says, the webs we create around ourselves need to be unwound. If you have ever untangled a ball of string, you know that yanking and pulling only makes it worse. We know that's true, right? So you need to very gently and patiently unravel the knots. Be gentle and patient with yourself, she says, as you untangle your own mental knots. Willingness is the key. So are you willing today to flip the script, to look at things differently, change your thinking, change your life? Everything is an opportunity or, a problem. Even doo-doo. We know it. Even doo-doo is fertilizer. I want to say good morning to who is here. Good morning, my darling AJ, Ian, Olivia. So happy you're here. Barb, Troy, so happy you're here. Myron, Annie, Stephanie, Sarah. Say hello if you're watching. I love to see when people are in the house. Welcome to the House of Love and Light. These beautiful roses here were gifted to me by my mom, who's in the other room here. She's visiting from Florida. So it's been a great week to practice this theme of flipping the script because my mom's here. She's in the other room and she's watching, a murder mystery. She's not watching House of Love and Light. This is not her cup of tea. And, I as I was leaving the room, to say, Mom, because she can't come out because the dogs will bark. So she's kind of like quarantined in the room watching her murder mystery right now. And I was like, I love you, Mom. She's like, you look beautiful. I'm like, thank you so much. And it's like the last time she visited, I got my feelings hurt that she didn't want to watch House of Love and Light. But it's like, you know what? It's like, flip the script, right? Everything's an opportunity. I'm glad she's here. I love her. She is who she is. She's not a spiritual person, She's a lovely human. She's got her stuff, but I can't change her, and I can change me, right? And I'm so glad you're here. I see the numbers, and the numbers are not maybe as high as they were once. I know things have changed. People are going out to the real churches, and people are watching on the rewatch and stuff like that. But even sitting here, looking at the numbers, I was like, you know what? I'm so grateful and content to give what to be happy with what is, right? That's contentment, to be happy with what is. And I'm so happy that you are here. Each and every person here is so special. And I've said this before, but Reverend Dr. Keith Cox taught me that if you affect one person on a Sunday, and even if it's yourself, then you've done the work of God. And that's what we're doing here. And so just to stick with the mission, I always explain what the mission is at House of Love and Light, which is to nourish. I want to provide nourishment. I want to give you some spiritual food. I want to uplift you, make you feel good. And I want to inspire you to be your highest and best you. This is my highest me at House of Love and Light, I talked to my therapist during the week, and I'm like, and she's like, she will actually watch House of Love and Light sometimes, check in on me or whatever. And she's like, who is that on Sundays? And I'm like, that's my highest and best self, And then, it's like we have different faces, right? We have different parts of ourselves, and integration and integrity is about trying to be that same person all the time. So I'm always trying to be this person that's filled with hope and love and light and joy. And this is my reminder. And I can't be like this all the time, but I try each and every day. It's a journey, right? It's a journey, and none of us are perfect. Good morning. Good morning, Sally. Good morning, Bitsy. Good morning, Susie, Christina, Jill, Mike. So glad you're here. So stinking glad you're here. So we're going to have a fun Sunday. I've got lots of things lined up. Now, when we sing Power as a chant, we only do that first verse. And you might know this. This is one of my songs. If you want it, you can always find it on YouTube or Spotify or whatnot. There's a power. There's a power in a seed, reminding itself how to become a tree. There's a power in a cell, and it's capable of making a you or a me. There's a power in a word, vibrating at a frequency. And there's a power inside that power, inside that power. Sing it with me. Is love, 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 love. That's right, Ian. Love, 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 love. All right, I want you to try to sing that with me. The lyrics are right there. We sing it. There's a power in the seed, reminding itself how to become a tree. There's a power in a cell, and it's capable of making a you or a me. There's a power in a word, vibrating at a frequency. And there's a power inside that power, inside that power. Come on. Is love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. La, 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 love. It's love. We gotta love what is. Loving what is. Loving what is. One more time. There's a power in a seed, reminding itself how to become a tree. There's a power in a cell, and it's capable of making a you or a me. There's a power in a word, love, vibrating at a frequency. And there's a power inside that power, inside that power. You know what it is? It's love. And I love you, and this is House of Love and Light, and that's what we do, is we give love and light. We give it because we want to receive it. And it's not because, we were talking about this on Wednesday night. If you haven't been to a Wednesday nights are awesome. But a theme that came up this Wednesday was this idea that whatever we are lacking in our life, we must give. That's the law of circulation. If I want more love, I give more love. And I give from my heart. And I give without fear. And that's what I've been practicing this week with my mama. I give from my heart. I give without fear. Sing it with me. I give out of love. All I need is here. I know God provides an endless supply. I open my hands and watch my world come alive. I give. Good morning, Jennifer. So let's take some deep breaths. Centering ourselves in this moment right now, because Louise Hay tells us the point of power is the present moment, right here, right now. So breathing in, breathing out slowly, slowing down our nervous system, calming ourselves. There is peace. There is peace to be had right here, right now. Let's sing it again. I give from my heart. I give without fear. I give out of love. All I need is here. And I know God provides always an endless supply. I open my hands and watch my world come alive. I give. I invite you to go into prayer with me. Close your eyes. Right here, right now, I recognize the one power, the one presence, the one life, the one light that is God, that is goodness, that is peace, that is wisdom, that is deep, deep joy. And I know that this power, this presence is in me. It is in each and every person here. It is in each and every person that watches this later. It is joy. It shows up and shows off as this moment right now. This powerful moment where I declare a healing going on. I declare a healing and a growing and a knowing and a showing up for ourselves. Showing up for our spiritual growth. Showing up for our willingness to flip the script in our lives. To find the contentment and the joy right here, right now, in what is in our lives. Because it is all good. I claim it good. I know it is good. And I welcome it. I give it. I give the good because I receive the good because I'm a part of the cycle. I say thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this community, for this moment, for this breath, for family, for friends. We say thank you for these words, and we release it saying amen, and so it is. And we sing once more. Come on, sing with me. I give from my heart. I give without fear. That's right. I give out of love. Sing it with me. All I need is here. And I know God provides an endless supply. That's right. I open my hands and watch my world come alive. That part again. Watch my world come alive. Last time. Watch my world come alive. I give. And we give respect and thanks to all spiritual paths here each and every Sunday. And this Sunday, we have Troy lighting the candles for us.
Morning, Hala family. I light a candle for the Eastern religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism, that teach us about harmony, karma, and the way. I light a candle for Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Baha'i, teaching us about tradition, forgiveness, surrender, and order. I light a candle for ancient wisdom and New Thought traditions, including indigenous teachings, shamanism, paganism, science of mind, and New Age spirituality, teaching us to root and expand. And I light a candle for the great mystery, the eternal question, the not knowing. We all shine on.
Good morning. I'm here to share my gratitudes with you all. I'll start by saying that I'm grateful that when I give gratitude, I can feel grateful. You know the times when you say your gratitudes and you intend your gratitudes, but they don't necessarily sink in. However, the times when you get it, it's as if the doors open up and you can just take a deep breath and say gratitude. Those are pretty juicy moments. I'm also very grateful for the times when I feel like I can access myself, and by that I mean I've spent too many years kind of in shut-off survival mode, and at times I really honestly haven't been able to feel me. I would look up at the sky and scream, "Where am I?" With fists clenched. But I'm truly grateful that I am able to experience more and more times where I can just feel into myself and say, "Oh, there you are. I know you, I remember you." Nothing makes me happier than that. I'm also grateful for those aha moments, and grateful for my empathy and my sensitivity and all my big feels that are big. Very, very grateful for the healers out there. People in the medical world that are doing their best and most to save people through this horrific pandemic. And for the healers that show up in different forms. I believe we are all healers, and to whatever extent that is, it's a beautiful thing. And last but not least, I am truly grateful for love and light. And my precious, incredible, beautiful granddaughter, Lila, she's 8 months old, and she is pure light and joy and is a blessing. What are you thankful for?
Well, first and foremost, I'm thankful for you, Sarah, reminding us all that we are all healers. And when you speak from such an honest, vulnerable, open place, it heals me. It heals me. You're such a healer. And I love that whole thing you said about accessing yourself. And I think a lot of us can relate with that feeling of almost dissociation, right? Where we don't feel connected to ourselves, right? And our root. And so that was very, very powerful. And I love that you have a new granddaughter. And let's all get into our gratitudes. We have Barb and Stephanie already dropping some off here. Barb says, I'm grateful for you, the Hollow community, for love. Steph says, love, nature, me, growth, you, and downtime. All right, I'm going to list some gratitude. I'm grateful my mom's here. I'm grateful I'm able to practice. I'm grateful for my beloved AJ. I'm grateful for my dogs. Sally says, I'm grateful for these moments right now. That's right. They will carry me through this challenging day. I know Sally has a challenging day. Let's send prayers your way, Sally. New beginnings. I love that, Mike. I'm grateful for art. All of this art behind me is from the time when I was falling in love with AJ. I was just so, this is the personification of my love affair with AJ. Just colorful and free and light and joyful, and every piece behind me except for the really big one is for sale. If you like any of them, you can ask me about it. But I'm so grateful for expression and for art. And yeah, I've got tears too, Sarah. AJ says grateful for peace, love, and happiness. Ian says grateful for the ability to grow and shift, to forgive, and unconditionally loving. Grateful to have finished meds. Come on, Susie. Susie has kicked cancer's ass, right, Susie? Fucking love you. And thank you, Troy, I'm grateful for your candle lighting. And I'm grateful for all the people that give to Hala with their offerings, Casey and Ash and Lorelei. And we've got a lot of gifts today because during the week I didn't have a lot of time to write a long talk. So I don't have a long talk today, but I have a lot of offerings. So we're going to have Casey and Ash, and we've got lots of gifts. So, we've got more gratitude. I want to speak it. Grateful for kindness, Jennifer says. Annie says, I'm grateful for the love and support I continually receive. Olivia says, grateful for a lovely Sunday morning. I love that, being present. Oh, Jan, I love you, dear friend Sarah, and your words of gratitude and your candle lighting. Yes, love, love, love. Love you all so much. So here's Casey. She pulled a card for us like she always does. She has different decks, and I love oracle decks. I love tarot cards. You know, if you come on a Wednesday, you'll get a tarot card pull most likely. But here's Casey. I love you all. So happy you're here.
Greetings, my dear siblings of House and Love and Light. I light this sage this morning to clear out any negative thoughts, any negative energy, any fears limiting us or surrounding us. And just setting that up with the smoke as well as your intentions for this week. So here's the card to contemplate from the Louise Hay Power Thought deck. The card is, as I say yes to life, life says yes to me. Life mirrors my every thought. As I keep my thoughts positive, life brings to me only good experiences. That, of course, is put down into a simple phrase, and sometimes it's hard to be positive, and sometimes positive thoughts aren't everything, but it really does help to shift your language and to try to think of things as expansive and beautiful, and that will help, I'm sure. I hope you have a wonderful week. Love to you all. Bye.
Isn't she just the loveliest thing? I love you so much, Casey. Thank you so much for pulling that card. As we say yes to life, life says yes to us. Life is constantly mirroring back what we're thinking. That's what Louise Hay's book is all about. You can heal your life by healing your thinking, by healing your feelings, by healing your patterns, by flipping the script, finding contentment right here, right here, right here. And I want to just give a shout out. I just saw in one of the comments, I just saw Susan saying, I'm grateful for my brother-in-law coming through open heart surgery well. Me too. I'm grateful for that for you, Susan. And yes, I love thunder and lightning storms. I love you all so much. Grateful for live music. Starry's in the house. Hey, Starry, my love. Okay, so Ash Ruiz, you know I love me some Ash. I ask him every week, what do you have to say about this topic? So flip the script. Here's Ash Ruiz with his wisdom.
Hello there, beloveds. Ash Ruiz here. Happy Sunday. I am here reporting from Ouray, Colorado, the Switzerland of the Americas. Look at this. Mountains, mountains everywhere. I love this week's topic of flipping the script. To flip the script, I'm going to share with you my favorite way to flip the script. So, I like to play this game. Am I experiencing the moment through ego? Or am I experiencing this moment as open spaciousness, through ego or as spirit? So to experience the moment through ego is to experience the moment through our story, through our belief in time, our assumptions. It's like a tiny little peephole, of perception. And it's like, we know what it is to experience certain situations through that. But then In that same situation, it's like, who would I be in that moment as open, spacious, aware intelligence without taking things personally, without having such an allegiance to cause and effect? It's like in the openness it's like flipping the script, another way of saying that, experiencing the moment through the peephole of I know something and into the openness of the don't know mind. The don't know mind. It's quite the experiment, beloveds. Lord have mercy. Why don't you try it this week? Am I experiencing this moment through the peephole or through open spaciousness? Am I experiencing this moment as a separate self, or am I experiencing this moment as wholeness, as goodness, as I am holy? Only good comes to me, only good comes from me. I love you.
Am I experiencing this moment through the peephole of ego or through the open spaciousness of wholeness? I love that. Or through the I know something mind versus the I don't know something mind. You know what? Every week I go back and I rewatch these because they help me throughout the week. So you can always get that wisdom drop throughout the week by rewatching this on the page. Ash, you're amazing and I love you so much. Ash has been with us for, I think this is like the 75th House of Love and Light Sunday. So he has been with us every single Sunday, and that is amazing. Okay, so I have two offerings back to back here. The first is Chris Barber, who is many things. He wears many hats. But I love the way he holds himself. I love the way he walks through the world. He's often given us videos here. He's very supportive of House of Love and Light. But I always want to hear his perspective too. And I asked him to speak on flipping the script. And I love how he talks about it from the idea of our story. And then right after that, I'm just going to go right into Eddie Watkins Jr. offering us a song, God is So Good. And again, this is this idea that it can be looked at as good. Anything can be looked at as good. This pandemic, me and Myron were having our morning talk, and we were talking about how this pandemic has been so transformative for so many of us in such a deep internal way. It can be very challenging, absolutely, but it can also be incredibly healing, and again, that open spaciousness, that wholeness, looking at things like that. So here's Chris Barber and then Eddie Watkins Jr. So enjoy these two offerings. I love you again for being here. Thanks so much for coming each and every Sunday.
We all have one of these. It's our script. It's our story. It's our story that we've been saying over and over and over again. And we've memorized it. And we've memorized it. Why? Because it's our life. It's part of our life. Not our entire life, but it's part of our life, the story in our life. Here's the not so great thing about that. We have memorized it in a certain way. And more often than not, that way is not an uplifting way. We've said it so many times over and over again. Sometimes it's a woe is me story. Sometimes it's an ain't it awful story. And we gain favor with other people. We bond with other people through that. I want to invite you today to flip that script. How do you flip that script? You can tell that same story, but add something to it. Add a but now I see it this way. Or but now I've turned that into something that has moved my life forward. Or now I see gifts that were laid within that story. Because guess what? As long as you keep waking up every day, your story's not done. And you're going to be able to tell your life experiences many times to many different people. But what intention you have behind telling that story, I hope it's to uplift, because that's what we're all here to do, is to uplift, right? So take this into your day, your Sunday, your week, and your life. It's your story, your script. Don't keep watching the same movie over and over again with the same ending. You get to rewrite the ending. and the characters and the scenes, everything in it. It's all yours. Anyway, enjoy, Hala. Bye.
I don't care what's on TV about the state of the economy. I don't believe most of what I see. I know what I know to be. God is so good all the time. God is so good all the time. God is so good, so good, so good all the time, all the time. Well, I'm walking by faith and not by sight. 'Cause what seems wrong today, tomorrow might seem right. All is well and it's all good and unfolding as it should. 'Cause God is so good all the time. God is so good all the time. God is so good, so good all the time, all the time. Well, so good through the highs and the lows, so good through the troubles and the woes, so good through the peaks and the valleys. So I can feel the spirit inside me. So ooh, my, I wanna testify to tell you why. So good through my darkest hour. So good I call on the mighty power. So good to carry me through. You better believe it's true. God is so good, so good all the time, all the time, all the time. Through my highs and lows, all the time. Through my ups and downs, all the time. One thing that never changes is the grace of God. It's so good, so good, it's so good, so good all the time, all the time. My God is so good all the time, so good all the time, all the time. God is so good, oh, so good, yeah. God is so good, so good all the time, all the time, all the time.
All the time. All the time. All the time, y'all. All the time. Man, if you're ever feeling down, just turn on some Eddie Watkins Jr. music, okay? Or some Amy Steinberg music, okay? We know how to have some fun. All right. I have one more thing before my little mini talk, and it's Reverend Renee Laboa. And it's one of these things where you can read something one way and then you can read it the other way, and it's a totally different story. So here is Reverend Renee Laboa with her flip the script moment, and then again I'll be back.
Good morning. This is about flipping the script. Listen to this. Loneliness, read from top to bottom. I am lonely. I cannot say that I have always been alone, although now I know fate meant for me to be this way. I have nobody. I would be wrong to say someone would care if I tried again to destroy myself. The effect would be massive only if I was perfect. It's untrue that I could have worth, even if I tried. I am less than beautiful. Nobody can convince me that I am right where I am meant to be. Now, let's read it from bottom to top. I am right where I am meant to be. Nobody can convince me that I am less than beautiful, even if I tried. It's untrue I could have worth only if I were perfect. The effect would be massive if I tried again to destroy myself. Someone would care. I would be wrong to say I have nobody. Fate meant for me to be this way. Now I know, although I have always been alone, I cannot say that I am lonely. Make sure you change your perspective. You can be happy because you are perfect, whole, and complete, just the way you are. I love you. Namaste.
That's right. You are perfect, whole, and complete, just as you are. Breathing deeply. I know there's been a lot of different offerings this week, and like I said, I didn't write a long talk for you this week, but I wanted to sing a song for you, and I wanted to read a little bit of Louise Hay's work. So Louise Hay says, "The point of power is always in the present moment." That is so good. You are never stuck. This is where the mind changes take place, right here and right now in our own minds. It doesn't matter how long we've had the negative pattern or an illness or a poor relationship or lack of finances or self-hatred. We can begin to make a shift today. Your problem no longer needs to be the truth for you, she writes. It can now fade back into the nothingness from whence it came. You can do it. Remember, you are the only person who thinks with your mind. You are the power and authority in your world. Yes, you are, my darling. Yes, you are. I wanted to sing you a song today. I've been in bondage. I've been held back. I've been imprisoned by thoughts of fear and lack. And I have had anger. Oh yeah, even this week. And I've had guilt. Come on. These are the bricks on which my life's been built. But I'm free to turn it around. Yes, I'm free to turn it around. We are all free to turn it around. Free to look up instead of looking down. I get so tired looking down. But see, I've been attracted, it's true, to negative thought. And I get so distracted. I get so distraught. But see, I know that I am responsible, only me, for my own life. How can I lift my chin up and look to the light? Oh, yes, I'm free to gonna turn it around. Flip that script, come on. Yes, I'm free to turn it around, yeah. We are all free to turn it around. Free to look up instead of looking down. Oh, bridge. Not the fun kind, y'all. I've been held back. I've been imprisoned by thoughts, imprisoned by my own thoughts, and my own thoughts of fear and lack. There's always enough. See, I have had anger, oh yeah, and I've had guilt. Yes, I have. But these are no longer the bricks. I got love, I got joy. These are no longer the bricks. I got house of love and light. These are no longer the bricks on which my life is built. 'Cause I've turned it around. To share that one this week because that's the point of flipping the script, right? We can turn it around. We're free every moment to turn it around, even the most challenging moments. I'm going to read that Louise Hay reading again. The point of power is always in the present moment. You are never stuck. This is where the mind change takes place, right here, right now, in our own minds. It doesn't matter how long we've had a negative pattern or an illness or a poor relationship or lack of finances or self-hatred. We can make a shift today, she says. Your problem no longer needs to be the truth for you. It can now fade back into the nothingness from whence it came. You can do it. Remember, you are the only person who thinks with your own mind. You are the power and authority in your world. Yes, you, my darling, she writes. So how can you flip the script? How can you turn it around? How can we look at this challenging time in a way that could be productive and hopeful? And can we? Or are there things that are just too hard to flip around? Or is anything capable of shifting, opening, changing, like Ash reminded us, zooming out, like we can always do that, open our minds to a greater view, and knowing that there's only one thing happening here and that we can call it good, like Eddie says. We can call it good. I came upon this great quote about contentment. Let's see if I have it here. Oh, no, that's the Louise Hay. So this guy, G.K. Chesterton, I looked him up. He was such an interesting guy. You can look him up. You're like, who's G.K. Chesterton? He was a writer, and he wrote from the perspective of a priest. But he was very clever, and he has some wonderful. He's the 1900s British white dude, but he had some cool quotes, and this is one that I really like. True contentment is the power of getting out of any situation that there is in it. In other words, we can milk the contentment out of any situation. My mom. It's been interesting. I know that's not a great word. I know it's an overused word, really, but it has been a very interesting visit because, of course, our mothers install our buttons, right? And then they push them. So I've been on edge, man. I've been trigger central this week. But I'm noticing that if I can just put my mind into that place of gratitude, into a place of, wow, this woman birthed me, okay? And I know she didn't receive the love that she deserved as a child. And so now it's up to me to love her now. And, each morning I've been waking and, sticking to my morning meditation practice. About 3 days into her visit, I had a big trigger. I went to a really dark spot. And then I went to bed and I woke up with a very clear intention the next morning. My mantra was, I forgive, I am kind, I am loving. And I repeated it all day in my head. I forgive, I am kind, I am loving. And we had this amazing day. And then she was talking about moving here, and she kind of came to a decision last night that she's not going to move here. She's going to stay down in Florida. So God is so good all the time. Just kidding. But anyway, I just need to practice what I preach, and my mother gives me that opportunity. And I got to learn to set boundaries. I got to ask for what I need. I got to be forgiving and kind and loving. And I mess up. I'll yell at her or, get really upset. And then I'll have to shift. Shift happens, right? And this is where the rubber meets the road, right? In our homes, in our relationships, in our jobs. This is where we can practice flipping the script, finding contentment in what is. Remembering that contentment is being happy with what is, not what we wish, dream, desire, with the facts of the matter, with what we see in front of us. Can we look at the storm and say, I'm grateful for shelter? Can we hear someone who's negative and say, I'm grateful that I have the wisdom to not go dark? Can we pray for a person? Can we have joy anyway? Can we find contentment even when it's tough? You know, GK had some other cool quotes, and one of the ones I really liked was, a dead thing can go with the stream, but only a living thing can go against it. You know, we talk a lot about going downstream and going with the flow, and I love that whole sentiment. I really do. But sometimes we got to go against the current of our ancestors, of our DNA, of our programming, of what our parents taught us, what they were taught. Sometimes we have to be so alive that we go against the current and we head in a different direction. We can flip the script, practice this stuff. And then, of course, there was one more quote to close this little mini talk from G.K. Chesterton. He said, "The poets have been mysteriously silent on the subject of cheese." Yeah, that's G.K. Chesterton. All right, y'all, that's my little talk. I just wanted to sing you a song and share with you what I've been going through this week. And I have a couple other things to give you. There's some more coming, but I just want to take a moment to let you know that I'm grateful for all the offerings that come in. There are ways to give. And I thought this week,
in bondage,
if you give anything this week, you will get the MP3 of Free to Turn It Around in your mailbox. If you gave last week and you didn't receive the MP3 from last week and you gave, please email me or text me on here, because I don't have everybody, like Venmo won't give you people's emails. So if I didn't have your email or you didn't get the track, please let me know. This is a great track. I'll skip ahead a little bit. Back when I was working with the producer, Justin Beckler. He's brilliant. So you can give. You can text LOVE to 828-383-9889. You can paypal.me/House of Love and Light. You can Venmo at Amy-Steinberg-5. I'm so grateful for all the offerings that come in. They make it possible for me to eat and survive and give some money to folks who give their time and their energy to House of Love and Light. All right, I've got more things coming up, okay? I've got Lorelei with the astrological forecast of the week. And then I have a tool of the week, which is a very, very cool tool, so you don't want to miss it. And then we're going to close with a Sophia's perspective, which is really perfect for this week. So don't go anywhere. Here is our beloved Lorelei with her astrological forecast for us.
Hello, my brothers and sisters of the House of Love and Light. It's Lorelei, your dream accelerator. Well, the big news now is that Venus, the planet of love, the planet of relationships, the planet of what we value, what we appreciate, and what brings us pleasure, has moved out of a very comfortable sign when she's been in Libra, which is all about reaching out and connecting, which is about collaborating, co-creating, cooperating. Libra doesn't like to ruffle feathers. Libra's job is to create peace and to get along. Now Venus is in Scorpio, the fixed water sign of Scorpio. So what does that mean? Well, Venus moving from Libra to Scorpio is an opportunity for greater depth in every relationship that you have. If you've pushed down desires, they will come up now. This is a time to tell your secrets and to listen to the secrets of others, because a greater intimacy can be cultivated in your relationship to anyone and anything, and starting with ourselves, that deeper, more intimate relationship with yourself, that into me see. So here's an opportunity to look at the level of empowerment and disempowerment that you feel in your relationships, and knowing that, of course, everyone will come into your life, as always, to help you grow and help all of us grow. But this is an opportunity to really look closely at who you are drawn to interact with now, because very likely they hold the key to a more profound understanding of you and what a gift that can be for you now. shared business partnerships. This is a time to take any relationship deeper, whether it's shared money, whether it's sex, whether it's just, again, that intimate sharing of secrets. So it's a very exciting time. Just know Venus is not quite at home there because Venus in Scorpio is willing to dive into the deep waters. Until we connect, I wish you blue skies, green lights, and lucky stars.
Scorpio, diving deeper into our relationships. I love that. Okay, so the tool of the week is very, very cool. It's called the 1 Minute Miracle. And this is an opportunity to flip the script when you are feeling overwhelmed with something and you need like a shift, and you need a tool. You need a real tool. Like, this is an actual tool this week. So what I'm going to do is on the next screen, I have there's a set of, I believe there are 12 phrases. I am light, I am life, I am love, I am beauty, I am the sweet truth, I see only the enlightened, I am my joyful thoughts, which I join together as one, offered to God as my gift, my will and yours are the same, as I live from my heart, and I give all my love to the world. Now, I said that all very fast, but on the next screen that you'll see, there will be a girl doing movements, and there are little physical movements, like you put your hands on your legs and then you put your hand on your heart, etc. So what I want you to do is I want you to watch it this time. Take a deep breath, and I'm going to say the mantra. You're going to hear my voice over what she's doing. But then I want you to go back and, later today or sometime this week, learn this, because it is a miracle. It is a miracle. It's the 1 minute miracle. Please enjoy this, okay? So take this. It's a tool. It's a real tool. You can keep this in your toolbox. I did this for years every day, and I just kind of thought of it in my meditation the other day. I was like, I need to introduce the 1 Minute Miracle, but by Daniel Milstein. There's actually a book called 1 Minute Miracle that explains every pose and why it's the way it is, but here's like a shorthand of it. So thank you, Daniel Milstein, for creating this, and here is 1 Minute Miracle. Okay, so take a deep breath with me, and you can do it with her. If you can, sit comfortably right now, find yourself in a comfortable space, maybe put the phone down, or if you're in front of the computer or the TV, just really sit in a comfortable place with your feet relaxed. And here we go. We're going to do the 1 minute miracle. Okay, take a deep breath in with me. Here we go. I am light. I am light. I am life. I am life. I am love. I am love. Hands on the heart there. I am beauty. I am beauty right there. Fists. I am the sweet truth. Hands over the mouth. I am the sweet truth. Now hands over the eyes. I see only the enlightened. I see only the enlightened. Now hands on your mind, on your head. I am my joyful thoughts. I am my joyful thoughts, which I join together as one. You clasp your hands into prayer position. And then you open your arms and you say, and offer it to God as my gift. And back to prayer position, we say, my will and yours are the same. Hands on the heart as I live from my heart and give all of my love to the world. The 1 minute miracle. I really invite you to take a look at that again. I know we rushed through it, but it's a really, really good meditation tool, and it takes less than a minute. I am life. I am light. I am love. I am beauty. I speak the sweet truth. I see only the enlightened. And you can do it a couple of times. And it just really, it's a wonderful way to, they say that when you connect something physically with an affirmation, it really does shift you. So we're going to continue with contentment. Next week, the theme is practicing. You know, practice does not make perfect. Practice makes better. Practice makes better. And we're all doing our best, right? Okay, so I have one more offering. Thank you so much for being here today and for coming to House of Love and Light. And this is Sophia's perspective. Sophia is a photographer and she's also a writer. And she had this beautiful picture of a salt lamp with a shell. I can't remember what the kind of shell it's called, but she put this together and this is her narrating and this is her photograph. So enjoy this. This is about 2 minutes long. This is the last offering. I'll be back to say goodbye. Thanks for being here.
With practice, we can see that our wounded child is not only us. Our wounded child may represent several generations. Our mother may have suffered throughout her life. Our father may have suffered. Perhaps our parents weren't able to look after the wounded child in themselves. So, when we're embracing the wounded child in us, we are embracing all the wounded child in our past generations. This practice is not a practice for ourselves alone, but for the numberless generations of ancestors and descendants. Thich Nhat Hanh. I took this photo of my salt lamp with my nautilus shell as I headed to bed the other night. It called to me to create this image. Often I have no idea why I'm called to capture images until days later. I have been working on some personal generational healing myself, and as I look into the spiral, I see the generations before me, spiraling way back, who I carry in my cellular structure and DNA. I have come to understand that my wounded child was a seed planted many generations ago. It runs deep is an understatement, and although we are not our body, our spirit does inhabit it, and consequently must come to an understanding of how we are affected by our ancestors in this three-dimensional world we temporarily exist in. I'm beginning to think that this experience gives us the opportunity to heal the injustice that has befallen humankind from the beginning. Perhaps that's why we came here as souls in these bodies, to be light workers, to transmute the pain that was handed down to us. And by doing so, we heal this planet's huge pain body. However, it's not a job for the faint of heart. You all are brave beyond comprehension for being on this planet at this time. I send you all so much light to carry on your journey. Much love, Sophia's perspective.
Wasn't that gorgeous and perfect? Flip the script. We have these generational wounds, and it's our job to work our consciousness, to knead it like dough, to put it into a different shape, to say thank you. And now I will point my compass toward contentment. So some thank yous quickly. I'd like to thank Sarah and Troy, who are, by the way, a couple, for their offerings, the candle lighting and the gratitude video, Casey, Ash, Lorelei, Chris Barber, Eddie Watkins Jr., Reverend Renee for reading that poem, Lorelei, of course, and Sophia for that beautiful perspective. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful week. I thank you again for all of your love offerings, and I'll see you on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm hoping that Stephanie will be back with us to sing harmony. And Mom leaves tomorrow. So send her lots of love and light as she flies back to Florida. I love you all so much. And I love House of Love and Light. Have a blessed and wonderful week. And remember, you can always flip the script. Find contentment in what is. It is what it is. I love y'all. Bye-bye.
House of Love and Light. House of Love and Light. Amy, take us to the place where we can be just who we are, and it's alright in the The house of love and light. The house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. House of love and light. House of love and light.